You're listening to the new WCEG Network on WCEGTalkRadio.com. Watch us live on your smart TV, on YouTube on the WCEG Network. I'm Wardell Richardson, your host for the next hour on WCEGWood, the Hollywood of the South. We're the worldwide community empowerment group where we speak life into the community. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at WCEG_talk_radio. That's WCEG_talk_radio and WCEG Network. That's WCEG Network. Last but not least, topic and opinions are those of the show host and guests and not those of WCEG Network. Thank you for your continued support. Once again, I'm Wardell Richardson, your host, right here on WCEGWood, the Hollywood of the South. Thank you for tuning in. I'm excited about my show today. I have an awesome guest for y'all today, and I can't wait to bring her on. But before I get to her, I want to just bring up a few little updates that's been going on. I don't know if y'all are on my on my Instagram page or Facebook page, but make sure you go follow me on Wardell Richardson. You put Wardell Richardson in, Wardell. You'll see my name. I have been promoting a premiere that's going to be coming out on December the 7th called Welcome to the Friend Zone. You have got to see it. It is winning awards all over the film festival circuit. It has won Best Film, Best Act. It has won several different awards, and it's still winning awards. And he's decided to have a premiere for it at Ponce de Leon, 1049 Ponce de Leon Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, 30306 at the Midtown Movie Theater. It's one of those older movie theaters. It's been there for years and years, and they do a lot of independent films there, premieres and stuff. So please go and come and support me. Come and check it out. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. It makes you think. It's dramatic. It's a lot into it. So you have to come and check it out. The movie theater is a historical landmark. So make sure you come and check that out. December the 7th at 7:30 p.m. Come and support your boy. You know, I'm always doing something. I'm always around, involved with some things here and there. This project is one of my favorites. I've already saw it. And it's like when you do a film, you don't know how it's going to come out until it come out. And when it come out, you just hoping for the best every single time because you just don't know. And when this came out, I went to see it. I'm like, wow, this was so. I mean, I laughed the entire time. People in the audience was laughing. It was just a great project to go see. So make sure you come and support me. Check it out. It's really good. Speaking of movies, you know, I have several films on Amazon Prime that I've starred in and produced. So if you have the time, please go and check me out. The 30-Day Rule is the #1 movie that everybody talks about. It's a romantic comedy I did with Dominique Perry, who I also interviewed not too long ago, who lives in California and is done scenes on Insecure out there. So she's an amazing actress, and we had a great time shooting that project. The 30-Day Rule. Go and check it out. It is a very good romantic, funny and dramatic comedy. There is another film called Addiction by Subtraction that I did with the late great Tommy Ford a while ago. It is a very disturbing film, so to speak. It's a very psychological film talking about the id, the super id, and the ego. That's how deep it goes. So I even had to do homework before I did this film to even know what I was talking about. That's what an actor has to do to get in the character. So that was a really good project. Me and Tommy had a very intense scene in that. That's when I think the respect level for us both came, because later on I did a movie called The Last Time where I called and asked him could he do a scene in that movie, and he died shortly after that movie. So, you know, shouts out to Tommy Ford. Every time I talk about him, I have to say, you know, condolences to his family. And man, we miss you. We miss you a lot. You know, I miss you. You're a great friend. But speaking of The Last Time, there's an app called
Viooz, Viooz. Download that app. You can go on there and look for The Last Time. The movie is on there. You can see it. I think it costs $14, I want to say. I think it's somewhere around there. $14.99, I think it is. And you can go and check it out. It's that movie is still traveling all over the place. We've premiered it for the women of professional basketball players. We've premiered it for several different people all over the country. So you have to go and check that out. And when you watch it, please know that person in there ain't me. It is just acting. Just acting. Just acting. But if you hate me watching it, then I did my job. So with that being said, also check out Greed and Flesh on Amazon Prime. Both of those are action films. So make sure you go and check those out. And A Killing Secret, which is a movie I directed that's winning awards all over California. So make sure you go and check that out. Some big names, Blue Kimball and some other people that's been on there. It's just doing amazing over there, and it's still doing hot on Amazon Prime. So go check it out, support me. Make sure you send me a message. If you watch anything, shoot me a message. Let me know what you thought, good or bad. You know, I like to hear it all. I like to know what you like about it. I like to know what you didn't like about it. You know, I'm not a person that, you know, feels some kind of way. If you say, man, I hated it, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, well, hey, I can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're watching this, tag your friends, tag your family, tell everybody to watch. You know, go right now, tag people. Say, hey, you need to watch this, because this is about to be an incredible interview with someone that I really, really admire a lot in the industry. So currently, I've been doing this project for the past couple of years with this director. And the name of the movie is Deceptive State. And this particular woman, she came up through the ranks, man. She doing the lead role in it. And we play opposite of each other. And I said, man, this girl's pretty dope, you know? And she gets so deep into character, man. Her whole frame, face, everything just changes. She's just deep into character. And that's what I love. I love a person who can meet me when I'm acting, because when you got another great actor acting with you, it makes you go even harder. And I say that all the time. That's what this show is about. It's about teaching and letting people know, you know, different things that go on in the industry. So I would like to introduce to you, and I hope I don't butcher her last name, because she told me what it was, and I said, okay, I got it. But Karina Encarnacion.
Wow, that was good.
Oh, baby! Oh, yeah! I practiced that. I practiced that.
Hello, everybody. That was good.
I did some work. I was like, I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get this right on the first go.
And you did. You nailed it. Good job.
Boom. Okay. Thank you for coming on this show, Karina. Like I was saying, you know, and I speak the truth on my show, and I'm very open about who I am and who I favor in the industry. And you're one of the people I favor in the industry. Like your energy on set, you know, what you do, how you act, how you carry yourself, how you play your roles, it just all go hand in hand. You're an incredible person, an incredible actress. So thank you for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It is an honor and a pleasure.
No doubt. So getting right on into this thing, I want you to let people know a little bit about who you were from the beginning, where you were raised, if you weren't raised here, how you got to Atlanta, a little history about yourself.
Ooh, I can't wait. I definitely am owed an autobiography. I definitely got to make a movie about it.
Right.
It is quite the journey. So I was born in Queens, New York, to Dominican parents. And we moved from New York when I was 7 to Florida. And that's where mostly I was raised. Dabbled into the industry. But in New York, I've always been like the ball of entertainment at my family parties. Like if any of my family's watching, like they can vouch for it. Little old me, tiny little old me with a hairbrush and dresses and imitating the Spanish soap operas
all the time.
All the time at my family functions. I'm the center of attention. And I just feel like I was born to do this.
Right.
Like it's innate in me. So it started out with modeling. Mom had me modeling since I was little. When we went to Florida, I got into more modeling as well. Then I picked up ballet. At one point, I picked up 1 year of Taekwondo. And it just kind of snowballed as I kept growing. I picked up more and more things. In middle school was where I kind of blossomed a little bit, because that's where I discovered theater, musical theater.
Okay.
Way. All my People Fair kids, you guys know who you are. So that started the snowball into the interest of being that triple threat, as they like to call it.
Okay.
And then I started kind of noticing there's not a lot of roles for girls that look like me. But it didn't matter. I always tried to push them. I always auditioned for the big roles, no matter what. Never got them, but the talent was always there.
Right.
And that was a lot in Florida. So in Florida, I got into the acting into my adulthood, to the point where I studied at a conservatory. It is called Sociedad Actoral Hispanoamericana. So it's called SA.
Okay.
And I actually met the director doing a show with him. We were doing West Side Story a couple of years ago, being directed by a friend of mine named Nancy.
All right.
And he started getting into his realm of wanting to build an acting conservatory and actually teaching people how to act. And I went to his school for a couple months because they're broken up into sections.
Okay.
And I've been in contact with him ever since then. I recently did a show before moving back to Atlanta with him, and a bunch of his other new students. And the journey to Atlanta was kind of crazy because it's because of my significant other currently. He and I met actually in the industry as extras in Florida on Burn Note. And we were in relationships at the time, but we stayed friends and we stayed in communication. And then one fateful day, I was out of a relationship. He was out of the relationship. And we just started communicating again. And then, here we are. And
all right, then.
Through the course of that, we decided to break boundaries, especially me, because being Afro-Latina, I was completely raised a completely different way. So everything was dream of weddings and, the kids and the marriage by a certain age. Like I had everything mapped out in my head.
Right. I think most women do. Most women have it mapped out ahead of time.
Exactly. Had it mapped out, but like he just came and it just completely changed the norm. So now it's not so much as I still want what I pictured, but it's not in that time frame that I put it in. It's just going to happen when it happens, because currently both of us are in the snowball effect of our careers.
Gotcha. Okay.
What I mean by that is when we were in Florida, we decided to move to Orlando. In Orlando, he decided to pursue stunts. And that was just like a whole new thing to me.
So before we get into the stunt era, because we're gonna get there. Let's go back a little bit. So you was raised in Jamaica, in Queens. And okay, because I stayed in Jamaica, Queens for a short time. My father's from there, so we stayed there for a short time. Then we moved there. We moved back. My mama hated it. She hated it up there.
Yes. So Mom did not like the cold, and we went to Disney one one time. And she's like, we're moving down.
Yep. We moved, and my whole family's down here anyway. She only moved up there because of my father. So we wound up moving back. And so when you got down, you got into a plethora of different things. You were dancing and everything. Mm-hmm. And I want to elaborate. Dancing, guys, is not stripping. She wasn't a stripper. Yes, no, she was a professional dancer. You got to say that in Atlanta because, that's the thing here in Atlanta.
In South Florida, it started out actually like in my 16s, 17s. I was in a professional hip hop group called Pop Stars.
Really?
And that it's no longer around, but I was in the teen group, and then they also had a kids group, and we would perform at charity events, corporate functions. We once performed for Alonzo Mourning's Zoe Summer Groove.
Right.
Back in the day. We met Dre from Cool and Dre. We met Fat Joe. We've met Pitbull. And all those kids in that group with me, they all blossomed to have incredible careers. Some of them are dancers. Some were Miami Heat dancers. One is touring with Pitbull right now.
Wow.
And one is actually a stunt woman in California. So I've been in contact with her too. And then one is a really, really mega big TikTok influencer. Her name is Montana Tucker. So the company was actually owned by Michelle Tucker. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I love you guys. So I did professional hip hop through them. And then I worked at a restaurant called Spice Resto Lounge in Hollywood. That's where kind of blossomed into the restaurant industry. And while I was bartending there, we also did choreographies on the bar. So it's kind of like a Spanish Coyote Ugly.
Got you.
And that is where I learned the Brazilian samba, the carnival style from Rio with the feathers and the glitter.
Right.
My best friend taught me that.
And you have a lot of pictures and stuff on your page and stuff I saw with you doing that and stuff. So I was just like, okay, she's doing her thing,
Blonde Bombshell Ivana taught me all of that.
Okay, nice. So how much did you like dancing? Like, now, is that something you like more than film and TV, or like what area is your expertise that you like the best?
So the dancing was a really, really big chunk of my life. Right. And I thought that was really what I wanted to do. But always like in the back of my mind, there's that little voice, that little angel on your shoulder. It's like, you know what you really want to do? You want to be an actress. Because I've always had this tenacity for wanting to interpret what I see on the TV and dissecting all the shows and dissecting the movies and like acting it's been in there.
That's in the mind of most actors. When we watch a movie, we don't watch it the same way other people watch movies. We put ourselves in the spot. We breaking down the movie. We're looking for mistakes. We're looking for different things. And because I can't watch them, it takes me at least 2 or 3 times to watch a movie before I really start watching it for what I'm watching it for. Yes. The first time I watch a movie, I'm like looking for mistakes. I'm looking at the lines. I'm studying all that kind of stuff. So it's totally different. That's right. So I get it.
So acting, it's just been everything that I've always wanted. Which in turn, as I was pursuing all these goals, I actually had a little shadow that kept following me into those same goals. And that little shadow is now currently in Savannah, Georgia for 2 weeks, filming her own film. So it kind of runs in the family now, basically. Right. Younger sister, Christine. So now I'm in a state of learning from her while she learned from me as we grew up together. So she learned from me like how to get there, what she really wanted to do, because she always did everything I did. She always had to be everywhere I was, which I absolutely loved. So now that she has found the way, and she's been in several films and commercials in her own right, And now I'm just learning what I can from her. From taking a break from acting, I have to get back into it, and just doing self-tapes with her all the time through the Zoom and the iPad, because she's in Florida and I'm here. It's like,
right.
she's been actually getting stuff because of it. It just makes me so happy.
Well, I mean, look, from what I can tell, you've been pretty busy too. You working on a film, Naomi, and
Oh yes.
you working. You was doing stunt stuff on Black Lightning, and I mean, I can go down the list. You've been doing some things, man. So, so you haven't been without being busy yourself. So, what has been, before we get into, because we got a lot to talk about when we get to the stunt stuff. We're gonna get there. What has been your biggest challenge thus far, in trying to progress in this industry? Because like you said, it wasn't a lot of people that looked like you when you got into this business. And I think Black Panther opened the door for a lot of women of color. Also the people, some of the people, the Regina Kings and people like that, who have opened the doors for so many people. What has been your greatest challenge in this industry?
For me so far, since I'm kind of new into this aspect of the industry, which is stunts, it's getting to know the right people, making the right connections to show them what I can do. Because when you're an actor, it's a little easier because you have representation. You have agents that say, look, this person right here, this is the one for your film. Like, you need to book this person. In stunts, it's a little different. We actually have to hustle ourselves. We're the brand, and we have to put ourselves out there to all the coordinators. And we, just like actors have their reels, stunt people have their reels as well. And since I'm super brand new to it, I have to create one from scratch. Never knew how to do that before. And just start going to meet and greets. And before COVID, it was popping up on set and just slipping your headshot and resume into the coordinator's mailbox, or finding the emails and sending them the stuff that you need. And also the factor of, like I said, I'm Afro-Latina. So there's not a lot of roles that I can fit into, because even in the Spanish world, I'm considered Black.
Right.
I'm not considered Hispanic. So even when I submit for Hispanic stuff or Latin stuff, they have to be specific now and write Afro-Latina, because the skin tone doesn't pass for Hispanic. And unfortunately, the colorism is still there, and it sucks. But slowly but surely, we have a lot of big people now. Zoe Saldana, that's also Afro-Latina. Rosario Dawson has some Hispanity in her too. So, you have Amara La Negra. You have several people that are pushing that voice out, that we exist.
What do you think is going to change that narrative? Because I hear a lot of women who say, and I do know it's a struggle. It's a struggle for a lot of different reasons. Because I think when they look at Black people in general, us in films, a lot of them is, they're down on their luck and they find their way out of the ghetto, or, some kind of
gangsters,
thing like that.
The thugs, the villains,
the villains and everything.
The girls are the strippers, the prostitutes, the house slaves, it's the secretaries. We're never the CEOs, or we're never the lead of the Avengers. We're not the Captain Americas. Although time now, thanks to Anthony Mackie, we kind of are. So slowly but surely, the narrative is
starting to change big time.
A little bit, yeah.
I think Black Panther had a lot to do with the change because it's the #1 movie of all time, and it was majority Black. And when I think when the Hollywood execs and stuff saw that, they're like, okay, we got to switch this up. So you know,
yeah,
because
like we basically just kept our money in our pockets. And
right.
then the minute they dropped Black Panther, we're like, now we gonna show out. And that's literally what happened. Like when I went to the theater to watch Black Panther, and I saw so many people in their traditional African garb, like it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was like, wow, like this is a huge party. Like it was the most amazing thing ever. And then ever since then, now there's been a lot more people that have opened up my eyes to like, hey, we're starting to get stuff that you can actually work in. And it's like, it's long time coming, you know? And
it's sad because like yourself, you know, it's some powerful Black women who can deliver, you know, on set. And they need to start opening that door a lot wider because it's so many roles for Black women, but they like to fill them with white women. So, you know, and I just keep it 100 on my show. I'm, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a racist person, anything like that, but I'm just keeping it 100. That's the narrative that happens in this industry. Not to mention, you know, if LA film companies come out here to shoot movies out here, they bring LA people.
They bring their people here. Yeah, it's the same cycle. It's
right.
Like there's so much rich talent here.
Yes, it is.
Why are you going to spend so much to just bring over that? That's the only reason that we exist here is because we make it available for you to film your stuff here. You know, like there's no need to having to keep going to fly in people from LA and fly in people from New York. Like there's no need. Explore here because we're here waiting for y'all. We're rolling out the welcome.
Ton of great talent. Ton of great talent.
Especially when it comes to Black stunt women. There's a lot of us.
It really. I was going to ask you about that. So let's get into that since because you itching to get to that. So let's take us into the world of a stunt woman to start with, because you know I look at a lot of movies and I know that a lot of the main actors, they don't do stunts, so they have somebody to come in and do the stunt part for them, and then you know they make it, you know, trick of the camera, they look like the same person. So explain to the people who are watching, first of all, what's the process of becoming a stunt woman? Like, what do you have to, what classes, anything that you have to take? What do you have to do to get to that point?
Well, from my point, I got pulled into stunts because of my significant other.
Right.
He had a friend that came out to Georgia. And when we were in Orlando, he's like, if you guys want to work in the industry, you need to come to Georgia. Everything is filming here. This is your ticket in. And we said, all right, let's go. And when we came up here, that said friend introduced us to all the key players. We met all the right people. My current boss, Naomi, she's such a good person. I love her to death. She had a gym, and she kind of like took us under her wing for a bit. And we would train at the gym. We met more stunt people, and they just like kind of like welcomed us with open arms. Like they were really embracive. Right. And then basically with my significant other's background, he is kind of like my main key trainer right now.
Okay. All right.
So he's the one
he's been doing it a lot longer.
He's been doing it a lot longer. So he's been like the driving force. And that is why I have been getting the opportunities that I have, because if it wasn't for him, I would be slacking so bad. But to be a stunt person, it really does take a lot of hard work, dedication to the craft, not just the physical aspects of going to the gym and actually training the stunt parts of it, the martial arts, the, you know, the wrecks, the falls, all that fancy, the wire work, tactical stuff with guns. Like there's plenty of places, especially here in Atlanta, that you can find. ATL Stunts is definitely one of them. And they offer classes throughout the week, different things, and they switch it up. It's also getting to meet up with your fellow stunt players. They always are looking to train. I have never met a more hardworking, dedicated group of people. Like every other time I'm speaking to one of my brothers or sisters in stunts on Instagram, it's like, so when are we gonna link up and, you know, do this fight video? When are we gonna link up and train here? When are we gonna link up and do that? So like, they always wanna train. It's like training 24/7. It's like running a marathon.
And you know, that's something that I've been wanting to get into is stunt. So I'm listening to everything you're saying because I've been wanting to get into doing some stunt training.
Oh, yes, it's a lot of fun. ATL Stunts is definitely one place for sure. That is a really, really good location to look into getting into stunts for sure. They have classes every day for martial arts, the tactical stuff, wire training. Sometimes they even have like the fire burn seminars. Like they really get in depth.
They get into it, yeah.
But so, most of it on the daily is just my boyfriend and I going to the gym, lifting the weights.
Right.
Yeah.
I just get into it.
Stuff I need to, especially like now for the show Naomi. I learned how to skateboard. I had to learn how to this right here. Yeah, that's right. I had to learn how to skateboard. Like you learn different things that it comes with the job. So if you want to keep being that main double, you will do whatever it takes. And for me, it's skateboarding currently.
Yeah. You know, as an actor, you always want to broaden your horizon. Like you want to do more so that you can get more in return. And all of that stuff that you just mentioned, you learn how to do wire training and the fire scenes and, you know, martial arts, all that stuff you can put in your credit. I mean, on your resume to let people know, hey, I do this, I do that, you know, and that helps people to say, okay, they're versed in this. We need to, you know, hire them. So that opens the door for you to get even more work.
Exactly, especially in the acting aspect, because there are some actors that can do their own stunts. You know, there's the Tom Cruises of the world, but also if you think in the perspective of the stunt person, like I would love to be one of those actresses that says I can do my own stunts, and it's kind of like I am doing it. But I still want a stunt person right there next to me on set. Really? Because everybody deserves to get work. And at the same time, they can't afford for me to get injured and miss out 2, 3, 4 days because I got hurt. That's what stunt people are for. So even if you can do your own stunts, it's always, always dire to have a stunt person there next to you.
Well, you need to talk to Jackie Chan.
I know. No, that man is on a whole nother level.
That man has done some stuff. He done got hurt and all kind of stuff, but he just keep going.
So many times.
Keep going.
He does. And that's why we love him, though. We love him.
Yeah. You have to admire it. You have to admire it. Now, out of all those different things that you learn to do in being a stunt woman, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite right now, I haven't had too much of a chance to do it. I've only done like 3 times, but it's the wire work. Because that's where the dancer aspect comes in. The harness, flying through the air, the flips. Like I love wire work. It's the prettiest, most graceful thing you can do in stunts. Just weird flippy flips to just crash onto a mat, or, you know, just float down like Storm with a superhero landing and landing on a knee. Wire work is, it's my absolute favorite. I love it. And I want to do more of it. Yes, please.
So if you got a call, just say tomorrow, a big time
casting director call you and say, I have a role for you. And it's this particular role. What role will it be that you always have wanted to do? And you say, if I get the opportunity to do this role, I am taking it.
So far, it's like all of them have been getting checked off because there are already movies coming out. Like one of the biggest ones was Anita and West Side Story. West Side Story is coming out in December.
Wow.
But I think there's one in particular that has not been touched at all.
Okay.
That I would definitely be excited to do. And it is not even stunt related. It's actually theatrical. Okay. And that would be Aida. Aida would be the one thing I would love to do on film.
Okay, please explain.
Especially now that they have like all of the Broadway musicals are becoming real life. They just did it, The Heights. Rent is out. They're about to do Wicked. Like West Side Story is coming out. So now that they're doing all of these live action versions of musicals, I would absolutely love to portray Aida on camera.
Explain who Aida is first. Explain who or what Aida is.
So Aida is a musical by Tim Rice, and it was also owned by Disney. And Aida was technically the real first African-American Disney princess. It was not Tiana. It was not Tiana from Princess and the Frog. I'm sorry. It was not. It was Aida. But the problem with it that they didn't really market her as the main one is kind of the controversy of the story. Because Aida is a Nubian princess that gets captured from her home and taken to Egypt. And she gets served up as like a handmaiden to the pharaoh's daughter. And she ends up falling in love with the Egyptian captain, who happens to be white in the story. And they get buried alive, and they kind of reconnect, their souls reconnect like in the future. So Aida would definitely be one of those things that I would love.
Like a pretty deep. That's a pretty deep role.
It's Romeo and Juliet, but in Africa.
Right.
A little twisted because the Egyptians are Caucasian in the tale, and obviously the Nubians look like me.
Right.
You guys have never heard of it? Please research Aida. It's a beautiful story. And I've gotten the chance to portray her once theatrically, and every show was sold out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it was actually thanks to who I call my theatrical sibling, Crystal Arvello. She's kind of been the person that has picked my roles as I grew up. So when I was doing musical theater in middle school, they picked my roles. They're like, you should audition for this. You should audition for that. And I've gotten pretty much everything that they have told me to go out and do.
Okay. And that's how, so Aida, I got to remember that Aida. I'm going to look that up because I definitely like to research, a little history of, these different stories and stuff. Because I've never heard of it until you just mentioned it. I've never heard of it.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful story. Very, very emotion driven too. But I love it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Aida, that's the one.
So you say you played it before, but you want to play it again?
Mm-hmm. I want to play it again, but this time like on screen. Because the last time it was a live audience. It was like 3 showings.
You want to do the movie version?
I want to do the movie version. Yes.
Okay. I get it. So now let's jump back to stunt woman thing again, because I I'm very interested in this whole situation. Now, in being a stunt person, I'm assuming that comes a lot of red tape, in other words, because you're really doing some dangerous stuff. So does that come with a lot of paperwork when you go do a job, extra paperwork, or some type of protection?
Not really, because being a stunt person, you know the danger you're getting into. And they always let you know in advance, like, so this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing this and this and this and this.
Right.
Luckily, with the job I have now, my coordinator has been very meticulous in making sure that safety is the number one priority, not just for us stunt people, but for everyone on set. So she likes to let me know in advance, like, okay, so this is what the scene entails. This is what you're feeling. This is what you're going to be doing. This is how you're going to hit that mark. And this is how you're going to do that. Pictures, video. And she lets me know in advance. And then I get the chance to team up with my significant other and even possibly rehearse it in a safe space in her gym or here in our front lawn, because we have crash pads as well. So for example, I shoot tomorrow. It's my first skateboard scene. She already let me know in advance how the scene is supposed to go. So I got all of my equipment. I got my board, I got whatever I needed, and I rehearsed exactly how I needed to complete the stunt, and also to continuously get comfortable on the board. Because
how long did it take you to learn
like
the skateboard?
Riding for a while, huh?
How long did it take? How long did it take you to learn how to do the skateboard?
It's a continuous journey. Because for me, I have always been a very kind of like a scaredy cat type person.
Right.
So getting into stunts was like a whole different ball game. Every day for me is fighting my instincts of fight or flight. Gotcha. Fighting my instinct to survive and flinch and this and that, because you can't do that on camera. You have to make it brutal. So when it came to the skateboarding, thank goodness my significant other as a child used to skateboard. So he has been my teacher. Like I said, he's my teacher and everything. So he has been pushing me every day. Let's go out and skateboard, grab the board. And where I live now, there's kind of like a slope. So every day is a lesson in getting used to speed. Because in order for this scene to work, I have to take some momentum in order to wipe out in a crazy fashion. So it's just skating every day. Every day.
Okay. And so you've been skating every day, and you shoot tomorrow, you said?
Shoot tomorrow.
And
can't give away too much, but yes, I shoot tomorrow.
You can't give away too much. Okay. Well, what? So you can doing your skating. What other adventures and stuff do you have coming up dealing with stunts? Because I'm sure stunts. You stay pretty busy when you have to do stunts. It's a lot of action films being shot here in Atlanta. I'm assuming there's websites just for stunts that you go to request time, and you have a agent obviously to help you get stunt jobs as well. What's the process in getting an agent to help you with stunts? Do they have agents specifically for that, or?
No. So for us stunt people, lately what has been working because of COVID, since we can't really meet up with coordinators and such, there's different platforms that we get on. So there's like the Georgia Professionals page on Facebook that is coordinators listing like, I need 5'6", 120 pounds, African-American woman. This is what you're going to do. email this to this and this. So there's the Georgia Professionals page on Facebook. There's Stunt Listings is another one. Stunt Phone is another one. There's several different ones, and each state honestly has their own as well on Facebook. So you could go on Facebook. Sometimes even your fellow stunt people are like, hey, are you available this day? Because I'm supposed to work on this and I got called for that. Can you fill in for me? So like literally that's how I've been kind of blessed in getting the jobs that I've gotten, is because of my fellow stunt women that have been putting my name out there, just referencing my name to other coordinators. And then they've been hitting me up, and then I've gotten the chance to show them what I can do. And now I've gotten return calls from said coordinators. So, you know, it takes a village, I would say. So like London, Denisha, Phaedra, Bridget, Jazzy, there's so many women that I can not thank enough for putting my name out there and getting this girl to now be one of those people that can finally start helping out and giving out other jobs to other people as well.
You know, I can see you on Black Panther. I can see you on the new, because you know they're supposed to be shooting the second Black Panther.
They are. They currently are. And they've had a ton of friends that are currently working on it. A ton. And it's not just Black people. Like I have a Hispanic stunt sister, Yesenia, who is currently working on it too. Like it's so many jobs, so many people on Black Panther. I haven't gotten the luxury yet. But there are other projects. Even if that one passes by, there's more coming, because Atlanta is a hub. It's a hub for work. It's literally, like you said, it is the Hollywood of the South. And it is. I feel like in the future, it's going to become the Hollywood.
Well, you know, all the Hollywood companies are making an affiliate company here in Atlanta. So literally, I've been watching a lot of my friends that I grew in this business with from way back when Atlanta was still trying to get started in film and growing in the film. Now, all of them are getting amazing roles in TV series and big film projects. And I'm looking on social media. They're like, man, I just booked this. I just booked that. I just booked. And I'm just like, wow, congratulations, because it's been a struggle here in Atlanta. It really have been a struggle. And I always say this, in LA, people act and work part-time. But here in Atlanta, people work and act part-time.
Yes.
It's a total different switch. And I believe because of that narrative, they look more to Hollywood actors because they are doing it the whole time, other than Atlanta actors, even though a lot of them do it part-time. And I've auditioned, you know, I audition people all the time, and I've auditioned people who from LA who I'm just like, you from where now? You know, but I think there's a lot of talent here in Atlanta, obviously, like yourself. And, you know, I think doors are starting to open a lot more, especially for Black women, for Black women. You know, and I'm thankful for that, because it has been a challenge, you know, and I'm 6'5", you know, 270 pounds, and I'm, you know, it's hard for me because I overpower people on set. So, you know, but I usually get, you know, big roles because for whatever reason, you know, they just want a big guy, you know, I guess, I don't know, you know. But I think that you have a look that is unique, and that's what's gonna make you stand out. So I think you gonna make it. You gonna make it. Plus, we gonna be working on some things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm excited.
We gonna be working on some things, and I am so looking forward to it. We definitely gonna be working on some things. And I'm excited about having you be a part of everything I got going over here with Rain Dance Films, my new film company. Now, what is it that you would tell people, someone who's looking, who wants to get into being a stunt man or stunt woman? You know, what kind of advice would you give them if they're looking to get into that type of, you know, field?
I would say go for it. Go for it with your 100% dedication, because stunts is not an easy thing to get into, especially this late in the game like I did. I always try to encourage the younger ones because it's all about longevity in this in this industry and this job specifically because we're so physical. Definitely don't think twice.
Right.
Definitely don't let fear take over, because fear is what will get you injured. I fight that every day.
Okay.
And a lot of training and practice. Do your due diligence and your homework. There's times where I don't feel like getting up, but I have the motivator that's like, come on, we gotta go. We gotta go to the gym. I'm actually gonna go to the gym after this. So train, always train. Always train. Never stop.
How can people reach you or contact you if they wanted to get in touch with you on social media or email?
I have a website that has a little bit about what I do, who I am, and what I have. It's www.afrostuntwoman.com. And you can also reach me on IG with the same name, Afro Stunt Woman. And my Facebook, I believe, has the same name as well. But they're all
that's such a good name. Such a good name. Afro Stunt Woman. You can't forget that.
Oh, I mean, it comes with the territory. Yes.
Well, I appreciate you. I so appreciate you for being a part of the show. It goes by too quick because, you know, we still got a little more time. So in that time, I wanna ask you this, because I always like to quiz people. You know, they come on my show and see where their mindset is when it comes to certain things. So if I'm gonna name out 3 different types of character, you tell me which one you would like to do if you had the opportunity. Superhero, a killer, or what was the other one I wanted to say? Let me say a superhero, a killer, or, well, you already do, a martial art. That's what it was. A fighter. So which one, if you had a choice of those 3, which one would you want to do more?
I would like to say superhero, for sure.
Really? What kind of superhero? Now, if you could be a superhero, what superhero do you think you would be good at being?
I would like to say the current job I have. But I feel like there's so many other heroes that can come to light that we haven't even like reached the surface of. So if you explore your comics and you go back, you'll definitely see a lot more heroes that can be pulled out. There was an IG page that made a fan pic, like a fan fiction, and took my headshot that's like, you know, me with my mohawk, and they put it fan casted to another character that I never heard of called Fury, which happens to be a mutant in the X-Men world. So a lot of girls go automatically, I want to be Storm. But after I saw that picture and I did my research, I was like, oh, yep, I'll do that one. And I think she might be like an anti-hero, kind of like a Harley Quinn, right. But I would love to be a hero. Nice. Or a hero. A mutant would be great. X-Men, that'd be super cool.
You know, when I first got into this industry, I could not play a bad person. I couldn't play the bad guy. You know,
Okay.
I think it was a mental thing. I think when I thought about it too much, I'm thinking what other people gonna think about me playing this role. You know,
Yeah.
once I got past that, got out of my own way,
Mm-hmm.
it was candy in the bucket then, because I was so nervous, you know, about playing a bad guy. But when I played this role, which a lot of people know called the Last Time, where I did some really, really bad things to the actors who was in this project, it got me so much attention. And I think sometimes it takes that one thing. And I think for you, you know, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be something that's gonna happen, and you just gonna be boom, gone.
Yeah. Any sort of like non-human character.
Right.
I love portraying, like, you know, like I said, superheroes. I was vampire fighting in a movie that came out on the 28th called Horror Noir. So anything that's like nerdy related, so sci-fi, fiction, fantasy, anything in those realms, I would love to portray. Anything.
Nice.
Creatures, aliens, you name it, I'm down.
What's been your biggest success?
My biggest success, I feel like, was definitely the latest film that came out, doubling a lead, because it was my very first time to actually double a leading character. So Horror Noir was the name of the film, and the specific story that I was in is called Sundown. And the cooler part about it was I got to work alongside my significant other, who also makes an appearance in the film.
Okay.
So for me, I think that was, so far in my life, the best thing that I got to do.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you for being a part of the show. This was a great interview because you have a lot going on. And, you know, being a stunt woman is not an easy job. And I didn't think there was a lot of you guys, but you said there was a lot of you. So that's surprising to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Okay. And that's good to know, because, you know, I'm working on some things with my film company, and I'm gonna need some stunt people. So I know who to go to when it gets to that part. But I appreciate you for coming on the show. Like I said, you know, I've been working with you on Deceptive State, and we still got some stuff to do on Deceptive State that we're getting ready to work on soon. But, you know, it's been a pleasure working with you, because you be giving it. You give it your all, and that's what I love. I can tell that you love the art of just acting. And a lot of people, you know, they don't understand that part of it. You know, when you love something, when you love the good and the bad to it, you know, even the bad is not that bad, you know, because you love doing it so much. And, you know, we've been having a great time on set, you know, on Deceptive State. And we, like I said, we still got some things to go. So I'm looking forward to that movie being done so we can see the finished product.
Oh, yeah. I'm
That's
excited.
going to be an amazing film.
It's going to be incredible.
I think people are going to be surprised. And I'm going to have to bring Eddie on the show so that he can talk about the whole directing of that and putting that together, because he's a beast with the CGI, the animation and things like that. He is amazing with it. And, you know, because the film is a futuristic film, you know, for everyone who watches, it's a futuristic film, and literally we're on spaceships, we're on this. I mean, it's just an amazing project.
Place.
Yeah. And me and you, we going back and forth in that thing. So it's a great project. I enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to come out really well. thank you again for coming on. We're getting ready to wrap up the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wardell Richardson with Miss Karina Encarnacion. Woo, yes. I said it again. Yeah, baby. I feel good when you can say it right.
Yes. Good job.
But thank you for coming on. You are a wonderful, wonderful person. Thank you guys for tuning in to WCEG The Hollywood of the South. I think I'm going to be doing one more show in December. I think it's December 2nd. I will have, that's my last show for the year because we're going to take a break for the holidays and things like that. So I am very excited. You know, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanksgiving is next week. I'm not going to be talking to, I'm not going to have a show next week. You know, it's Thanksgiving, but I will be back on December 2nd. And when we come back, I think that's going to be it until after New Year's. So thank you guys for tuning in. WCEG The Hollywood South would be nothing without you guys who are listening to the show. This show, we interview the hottest in entertainment from film, TV, theater, the entertainment industry as a whole. There's no platform that focuses directly on the entertainment industry of film, TV, like right here at WCEG The Hollywood of the South. So please let your people know about this show, you know, and make sure you go to WCEG Network or to my YouTube page to look at some of the past guests that I've had on the show. I've had some amazing guests on the show and still having amazing guests on the show. So thank you, Karina, for coming on once again.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, no doubt. On that note, we're going to call it a night. Thank you, guys. God bless. See you next time. Peace.